Welcome everybody. My name is Jamil Glenn. I am a district manager for PFS Investments, and I'm just here today to share with you some financial concepts that I share with many clients and people that I meet with, who I'm able to meet with. And so I just want to hit a few concepts today, just because we are in a brand new year. We're kick-started it very well. We're just jumping into February, and I know many people have a goal with the new year, making resolutions to improve their finances, to get them in order, to try to put themselves in a position to get ahead. So I'm going to go through a few concepts that can help you for your future, for your current planning process, and that will set you up to be successful in the money game. Okay, so of course I don't have time to go over everything that I can share with you, but I'm here some that particularly I think might be of interest. One thing that I like to go over is called the Rule of 72. I don't know if anybody's heard of the Rule of 72. Okay, it's I'll just write 72 up there, and I'll probably go through a few pages. It's a financial concept that I believe Einstein kind of stumbled across. He came up to with, and it's a simple way to approximate how quickly your money can double when it grows, according with a percentage of specific interest rate. Excuse me. So let's give you an example. Say when most people think about saving money, what do you think? Where do they go to save?
401k.
Maybe 401k. Bank, maybe. Probably, and those are the top two. Most people pick one of the two. But anyway, let's say you go to a bank and get a CD, a certificate of deposit, right? And it's giving you about 3% on your CD. And so you're just going to take the interest rate, divide it into 72. That's going to tell you how fast it's going to take your money to double in years. So that's going to be 24. So 24 years, if you start with $1,000 in your CD, it'll be $2,000 in 24 years. Okay, 48 years will be $4,000. Okay, and so taking the same thing, if you have a 6%, right? You're getting 6%, and most people averaging 6%, 6 to 8% on their 401ks probably. 6 divided to 72 is going to double every 12 years. So you kind of see how that works. And so if you're getting a better rate of return, maybe 12%, and do the math, 72 by 12 is 6 years, you're only going to double every 6 years. And so it just kind of give you an idea on how money can grow, and within a time frame, how money can grow. That makes sense?
Yes.
Okay, and so one easy way to use this. Well, one question people ask me, well, that's great, Jamil, but where do you get 12%? They talk about the lost decade, and where do you find rates like that? But if you look at the research, since the market in the early 40s, you're looking back over the past 60 plus years, the market has actually averaged 12%. And so over long periods of time, it's a great place to put your money. If you're thinking about short periods of time, 5 years, less than 10 years, you want to adjust kind of where you're going to invest. And so we have a lot of different investment options for you get 12%. But let me show you this in a different way. Perhaps you guys know people who have young kids, maybe newborns, perhaps. Actually, we have one of those in the crowd. But maybe you know someone else. Give me a name, a newborn baby.
Yash.
Yash.
Y-A-S-H.
Y-S?
Y-A-S-H.
Yash. Okay, and say this Yash's parents, they're astute parents, and they love Yash, and they want to set him up for his rest of his life. Financially, or at least get them on a good start, okay? Or perhaps parents are scrapped, but the grandparents, they always want to lavish their grandkids, right? And so they take the Rule of 72. They say, hey, if we put $1,000 away for Yash in a CD, it grows at 3%. By the time he's 48 years old, he'll have $4,000. Okay, how you guys feel about that? Pretty good. They did something for their grandchild. Okay, well, if they skip the CD. And they go to the the stock market, they get a good rate of return in some mutual funds, about 12%. That money's going to double every 6 years. Okay, so when Yash is 6 years old, he has 2,000, and he's 12, 18, 20, 24. Okay, I don't know what that looks like. I hope this is legible. Okay,
It's there.
30, and I'm just going to keep going. 36. 42, okay, we're going to do some 48, and I'll jump it out here, 54, 60, and I like to stop around 66, okay? If it's when he's just born, he has $1,000, doubles 2,000, 4,000, 8,000, 16, 32, 64, 128,
248.
256. When he's 48 now, instead of having 4,000, right, he has $256,000, $250,000. Is that a little bit better? How's Yash feeling about his parents or grandparents now?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Okay, let's just keep it going. 256 doubles again, right? Every 6 years it's double if it's averaging 12%. 5,
612.
512. 1,048,000.
1028.
1028.
1024.
There we are. 10. All right, there we are. 1,000,000. There you go. And the double is about 2 million plus, right? And you kind of see he's 66. He's well on his way to get started in his retirement. Maybe by the time he's 66, that might not be enough for him to retire for, but that's a good start. And so that's how you can use the rule of 72. I feel like I just broke this thing to practically and put it to play for you. So how does Josh feel about his parents or grandparents now?
Pretty good.
He has their picture on the mantle, doesn't he? Absolutely. So that's just one way you put that into play. Another concept I like to teach is called is thinking about different ideas about investment. And I want to call this the clock story because a lot of people they want to invest, but they're a little bit afraid about the market and they don't know exactly what's right, what to do, and how it's going to behave over the future. Okay. And so this is what I talk about. I teach them the clock story and just talk about the different cycles how the market behaves. Because that's basically what it does. The market goes through cycles. And so if you kind of know this, you can kind of work them to your advantage and maybe put you a little bit more at ease when you're investing. And so just like a clock, there's different time. It says it's 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 9 o'clock. Okay? And so for the investment cycle, this 12 o'clock will be the boom. 3 o'clock will be the slowdown. This will be the recession. This pretend I said, okay. Oh, yeah, no. Hope that's legible. And then this will be the recovery. And so this is kind of how the stock market goes in cycles. And so this is something that you've experienced, all you guys have experienced over your lifetime. Maybe you never really paid close attention to it, but if you go back, let's say 87, everybody here was around 87, right? 87, they had the like a financial crisis, saving and loans crisis, okay? And so that would be when we were hitting kind of a recession, but so from 87 kind of into a recession, but 88, 89, 90 is kind of starting to pick up, we're having a recovery. 90, 91, 92, in 90, around 92 we're back in the boom times, okay? And this is pretty much, and through the 90s, most of the 90s overall were a good time, but it did hit some slowdown, 92, 93, 94. I'm trying to think of a specific thing, nothing specific really happened, but it kind of slows down just because the market goes in cycles. But so 93, 94, 95, 96, by 96 we're definitely back in a recovery stage, 96, 97, going through 2000. We know 2000 was Y2K, we had the 9/11 and 2001, which kind of hit the market. Okay, so we're kind of hitting, all the dot-coms blew up right around that time. So that would be hitting back to a slowdown, back to a recession. Okay, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005 even, things picked back up. Now we're going back to kind of slowing down around 2005, 2006, 7, 8. We're in the biggest recession we've seen since the Great Depression, right? But 2009, 2010 picked on a recovery. I would say 2010 probably the best boom that we've seen is not really, not a great boom, but we're kind of back in a boom. Everything got back to normal, got back to before recovery time periods. And so right now, it kind of looks like we're slipping back to a slowdown right now in 2012. But the point is, we kind of go through cycles, and if you kind of know how the cycles work, you can expect that, hey, over time, even though we go through these cycles, the ups and the downs, they average out, and it has averaged over 12% with ups and downs included. And so that's a little bit about the cycles of the market. Any questions there? And so, would you like to know how you can put this into play and practically how you make it work for you? Well, let's go. That will be the next thing I like to share with you, and it's something I call the cow story. Okay. Now, this it's just cows. You know, we're in Texas. Cows are pretty big. We're here in West Texas, especially, right? So let's say I talk to you and I ask you to invest with me and buy some cows. We're going to go into the cow buying business. Okay, and we'll put them on the pasture, get some tax write-offs, whatever. And say invest $500 with me, $100 a month over the next 5 months. And you say, okay, sure, I don't know anything about cows, but I trust you. Let's do it. Okay. And so we're going to buy some cows, and the first month, the price of a cow is $100. And so you're going to invest $100 with me a month. So you buy that first month, you're going to buy one cow. There's going to be our one cow here. Okay. And then, so you buy for $100. The second month, there was some, not salmonella, but what was it, mad cow disease over in Europe, and they thought, well, wow, mad cow's going to spread to America, and so the price of cows dropped a little bit. The price of cows dropped to $50, and because of mad cow, everybody's worried about mad cow. And so you're worried, you're like, well, geez, the price of cows just dropped $50. That's horrible. But I say, okay, come on, just 5 months. You're just doing it 5 months. So you go ahead and invest $100, and you get to buy 2 cows. Okay, the next month, Oprah goes on TV. She's down in South Texas. Okay, she's like, I hate beef. It's bad for everybody. I'm no longer eating beef. This is terrible. You should never do it again, right? So everybody listens to Oprah, like, of course, right? And the price of cows goes what? Down, $25. And you're like, Jamil, this is horrible. What would you got me into? Why are we even buying cows? I don't know nothing about cows. I say, okay, wait, just listen. It's only 5 months. It's going to work out for you. Please trust me. You say, okay, but after this, I'm never talking to you again. But you go ahead and invest your $100, and with the $100, you buy 4 cows. Okay, and then things improved a little bit. Mad cow never makes it to America, so the price appreciates a little bit, back to $50. Everybody said, man, I'm glad that passed, right? And so we're back up to $50, and you buy $100. That's 2 cows. And then finally, Oprah comes back on and says, I'm sorry, I was spoke too rash. Beef is fine. I apologize to the industry. Everybody go, burgers on me for the country for today only. Okay. And the price of cows are back to $100. You buy 1 cow. Okay. So, and you look at me, you say, okay, great, Jamil. You know what? I'm done. I'm selling all my cows. I'm finished, and I'm out of here. Okay. And I say, wait, hold on. Well, let's look at what happened and say, how much money did you invest in me? It's $100 a month, right? So you invested $100 to buy cows. How many cows you buy? It's a total of 10 cows. And so the price of cows today is what? $100. And so you sell your cows for $100. If you come out with $1,000, I just doubled your money. You say, well, what happened? How you do that? Well, the thing about it is, when you start investing, it doesn't really matter if the price that you buy in ever really goes above that price again. It's just taking advantage of the downtimes, the down cycles when you go into a recession, because whenever you go shopping, right, you go to Macy's or dealers, you do want to buy things when it's just coming out and it's at highest price, or when it's on sale. Everybody wants to buy it on sale. Well, it's just like in the stock market, when it goes to a little recession, everything's on sale. You get more cows. And so once you go to sell, you have more cows to sell. That makes sense?
Yeah.
And so that's the cow story. That's how you put the cycle of the market in place. Okay, so those are just some investment concepts I wanted to share with you. And last but not least, I'll just kind of share with you one of the things that I do with PFS Investments. I build together a financial plan for families. And this is a complimentary service that I'm offering, totally for free. I put together for them. And just give you a quick idea of how I build a plan. It's much like you when you go to build a house. Okay, the first thing you think about a house you put down is the
down payment.
That's a good idea. Down payment when you're paying for a house. When you're building a house, you're gonna have your walls, your structure, and you're gonna have your foundation, and of course you're gonna have the ceiling go down. So this is basically how we build a house, financial house is much the same. The first thing, the foundation, is the most important part. We're gonna make sure that's a rock solid foundation, and that includes things like life insurance and a budget. Make sure your budget is in order. Perhaps a will, protect your family if someone passes away. Because in Texas, if you don't have a will in place, your kids can go into, everything goes up in probate. Your kids can be caught up, and for months, you know how Texas, the litigation, things just drag out. So it's important. And a emergency fund. Emergency fund is a really good thing to have. So these are things you put down for your foundation. And then we're going to deal with debt and say how can we get out of debt as fast as possible, save you time and interest. Okay, and then we're going to think about things like retirement. You kind of get that, right? Retirement. And maybe college savings. Okay. And so that's pretty much how we build our financial housing. So it's the one thing I'm doing. It's a complimentary service we provide, and just to make sure people are on track and on target to reach their goals. And then I can share some of the other financial things that we share. Things about how you turn a 30-year mortgage to a 20-year mortgage overnight. Okay. Why insurance companies are the richest financial companies in the world. Why don't banks teach the Rule 72 and things like this, and how we can leverage that knowledge for ourselves, and a host of other things. But there's some things we can share. I hope this was helpful for everyone. Any questions? Awesome.
The rule of 72. So can you go over that a little bit? Like, so why is it 72? So are you taking the compound interest in place, or is it a static?
It's
or how does that work? I'm kind of a bit lost on that.
Okay, you're actually, you're looking for the technical explanation of why the 72 is the special number. I don't know. Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
But like I said, they kind of, it's a computation, just like in school we learn some theorem, they pull it out, and so they figured out it's 72.23 some long number. So we just run the 72.
See, okay.
But you use that with your interest rate that you're getting, and it works pretty well.
Oh, so what your gain is, percentage gain is, you take that gain divided by, take that gain and divide 72 by that gain percentage, and that's how long, whatever number you come up with, that's how long it takes for double the money.
Right. Oh. Right. Exactly right. And so
that's that rule, so whatever that takes, so does that take into the compound interest in place?
Yes.
It does take in compound.
Right.
Okay.
It does take account the compound interest and puts it all
in there.
So yeah, it's pretty phenomenal, easy way to kind of just quick math on your investments.
Cool. Very good. Thanks.